Once upon a time, there lived a prince called Memnon. He grew up amongst the fineries of palace life. He learnt of Persian and Arabic sciences, and the ceremonies of good counsel, and the manners of imperial banquets and diplomacy. Once Memnon came of age, he was wed to the fairest lady in the kingdom, whose name was Kajista. Memnon and Kajista fell deeply in love, and day and night were inseparable. One day Memnon was traveling in a palanquin through the central bazaar, where he came upon an odd-looking fellow, stood alone, in between the fruit and silk stalls, and on his stall a magnificent bright emerald-green parrot with a ruby-red beak in a cage. Memnon stopped and out of his palanquin inquired of the price of the wondrous-looking parrot. But to his surprise, the parrot itself responded, "The price of it is the sum of 1,000 silver rupees." Memnon was shocked to hear the parrot talk and thought it a trick. So he in turn responded, "The person who could give so large a sum for a handful of feathers must be an ignorant blockhead." The parrot in kind retorted, "O beauteous youth, endowed with riches and master of every accomplishment, although I appear in your sight nothing but a handful of feathers, yet through my power of wisdom and knowledge, the eloquent are astonished on listening to my sweet discourses. For instance, the caravans of Kabul will come to this city, and buy all the spikenard root that is in it. But if you purchase all the spikenard root in the place first, and sell it after their arrival, you will derive considerable profit." Prince Memnon, having been amazed at the parrot's response, paid the sum of 1,000 rupees, and sent forth his attendants to buy all the spikenard root in the bazaar. The following day, a caravan of merchants from Kabul arrived into the city, and immediately set about searching and inquiring for spikenard root. Alas, the local merchants could only reveal that the crown prince of the city had bought all the spikenard root the day before. The merchants from Kabul hurried to the palace, that the Sultan of Kabul had entreated them to search high and low for spikenard root, in order for him to make spikenard oil and to flavor his wine, for it was the only remedy to his constantly upset bowels. Prince Memnon was much delighted by this luck, and profited greatly from the trade, that he decided to purchase another bird, a nightingale, from the bazaar, and named it Sharik, to act as a constant companion to the parrot, thus named Tuti, as Kajista was to him. Prince Memnon was then sent on a journey by his father the Sultan, to survey the lands and ports of his country, to familiarize himself to that which one day would be his to rule. Prince Memnon told Kajista of his mission, and that she should keep good counsel with the wise parrot whilst he was away. Upon his departing, Kajista could not rest day or night for want for her beloved prince, with only temporary respite provided by the pleasant stories told to her by the magical parrot. 6 long months passed from the prince's departure. Kajista would travel to the bazaar to pass her time away amongst the hustle and bustle of the merchants, when a Mughal prince whom was sat at a local coffee house, caught glimpse of Kajista in the market, and took his breath away. The young, buccaneering Mughal had set out from Delhi, seeking fame and fortune. Now set his heart to task, to win the affection of Kajista. He secretly sent an aide to deliver a message to the princess that if she were to sneak out of the palace after midnight to meet with him, he would gift her a magical ring worth 100,000 silver rupees. Kajista, upon receiving the note, was intrigued by the proposal. But she, too, didn't wish to offend a scion of a neighboring kingdom, and went to the Shariat to inquire of her opinion. "You mustn't commit such an action, which is considered amongst your tribe as most heinous and disgraceful," spoke the Shariat. Kajista, not satisfied by the Shahruk's response, went instead to the Parrot. The Parrot, wise and understanding, knew a simple response would not satisfy Kajista's want and desire, and after making reflection, spoke in the softest tone. "Be not now uneasy or unsettled in your mind. For as long as my soul is in my body, I will exert my endeavors in this business of yours. Like the parrot of Farrukh Beg,